Each and every one of you for showing up. Showing up's the most important thing that we can do. Right now, our country needs us, each and every one of us. And the most important thing we can do is show up. I remember when I signed on the dotted line when I was 17 years old and signed up to join the military. And then 12 hours after graduation, I was on the plane in basic training. I wanted to serve then, and I continued to serve throughout my career. I was selected for the Presidential Honor Guard and served 2 presidents. I worked in the Emergency Operations Center in Fort McNair and learned way too much about our world at a way too young age. I continued to serve in various forms throughout my community after the military and in federal service. The most important duties and the most important service that I've done is actually later on in my life, and that's to my community in writing about our Constitution. My family and I started a publication called The Pamphlet. You've probably seen it around town. It's published in all 50 states and 56 countries. We talk about liberty and freedom. We talk about our founding fathers, and we talk about individuals like Sybil Ludington, a 16-year-old girl who rode twice as far as Paul Revere. Not to minimize Paul, we just want to be inspiration to our children because the secret in preserving this republic is in our founding fathers. Those liberties and the responsibilities are what we must teach the children. And that's why my number one priority is to ensure that parents are the primary stakeholders of their children's lives. That means that you have the right to raise your children in your own ways, your own faith, and your own culture without government interference. What's more common sense than that? My number 2 priority is make sure that education dollars follow the student. We spend $18,000 per student in this state, and every time the money goes up, our test scores have gone down. I want to make sure that $18,000, or as much as we possibly can, goes to the individual parent to decide where it goes. Public school, private school, charter school, homeschool, co-op. Ultimately, parents want their children to be educated. They want them to receive a world-class education, and we want to empower them to make sure that happens. The third most important thing that I want to promote is feeding our country. We are in an agricultural district that has over 1 million acres of just straight farmland. There's no reason we should be suffering through a food crisis right now. It doesn't take a bill in Olympia. It takes common sense to get our commissioners together, our farmers together, and say, hey, Bill, you're having trouble with your hay because you can't get tires. You can use my tractor. We'll make sure it gets in. This is called community. And right now, we need to rebuild our communities. We need to get back together in our communities, and that's the type of leadership you can expect here, is to bring us together. So I'd invite you to take a look at me and my campaign. LonnieRayWilliams.com is the website. There you can find all the positions I'm standing at. I'm a staunch conservative. I stand for the Constitution, and I stand for your rights, and I believe in true representation. And I thank you for your vote.